What can I say? I'm very, very disappointed in you, Crystal Palace. You got us all excited, and when I say all of us, I mean all of us, bar Manchester City, maybe Brighton fans, when you went 2-0 up away in the Etihad, yeah? Guys, not only... Okay, trust me, Manchester City are going to get their flowers in this video because they have scored loads of goals in the Etihad against Crystal Palace. A Crystal Palace who have the best defensive away record in the Premier League this season. A Crystal Palace that have the best defensive record in the league this season in 2025, so this year. Huge, gigantic caveat with Mark Guehi as a centre-back and that channel where Man City enjoyed so much success. He was absent, serving a ban, of course. So there is that. But they're still really well coached defensively. And the truth is, guys, within 30 minutes, they were 2-0 up. Not only that, legit, real talk, and anyone who watched this game, including Man City fans, will absolutely attest to this. It should have been 3, probably 4, because you had the Eze opener in 8 minutes, you had the Richards goal on 21 minutes, Ismail Assar should have scored. Basically, it was a gilt-edged chance. He basically should have tucked it away. Really, really good chance. He puts it over the bar. And then, of course, Eze again, who at the semi-automated offside catches him offside. And yeah, he is a Nats buttocks offside, but he has no need to be in terms of how much time he has to look at the line and how the transition is so effective against Man City. And they should have been 4-0 up at the Etihad within half an hour. And no matter how good Man City are, no matter how much Kevin De Bruyne was filling himself in this game as part of his farewell tour, all of that, 4-0 down, it's so hard to come back from mentally because you start scrapping a little bit more, being a little bit more erratic. Maybe Crystal Palace has a chance. Now, of course, I'm a Chelsea fan, yeah? So I wanted Man City to drop points here, and I believed they could do. And when I saw this, I was having a lovely time. But, you know, that boy, Kevin De Bruyne, came along and just absolutely changed the game, man. Actually, if I'm completely honest, at time of recording, they are still playing. This is so for school, yeah? Look, you can't even fit all the goals on here. Look, Dean Henderson, yeah? You want to be number 2? No, number 1 even for England. Not when you're eating these many goals. So, of course, they are missing Mark Guehi, absolutely huge absentee. And I saw loads of Man City fans that weren't overly happy with the starting lineup in terms of there being no wingers. You know, Marmoush is a sort of, I suppose, you know, he scored a goal, but he's really like the second striker, number 10. You know, City fans have been upset with Gundogan this season. You know, Kevin De Bruyne inspired in this game, highest rated SofaScore player here. But Man City fans were like, what? And I was following it on social media, the fallout, obviously. They were like, this is embarrassing, I can't believe we're getting... Because they were getting... Guys, this is such a peculiar game, because Palace were tearing Man City apart. They were like eating their children, do you know what I mean? They were doing obscene things in their own backyard at the Etihad. And they just completely capitulated, guys. And I must say, it started from Kevin De Bruyne. Like, he can't run as much anymore, and he is going at the end of the season, and he deserves immense respect. Maybe I'll do a video just dedicated on him, because for my money, he's the best player in the Premier League, and has been the best player in the Premier League since Eden Hazard left. Call me a biased Chelsea fan, but in terms of ability on a football and what they could do in all parts of the pitch, I thought he was the true entertainer. Sure, you can go for goals and assists, Haaland or Salah or whatever. If you're into that, I respect that. For me, I like different kind of ballers, and I thought Hazard was just the best footballer, the most entertaining footballer in the Premier League. In his absence, when he left back in 2018-19, it's been De Bruyne ever since. For me, I think he's magnificent, and even if he's not the same player he used to be, He's working off muscle memory here. And it was that free kick, wasn't it? So let's just take you a trip down memory lane here. And of course, this is subject to change. I mean, there's a couple of minutes left of stoppage time, but the game is done. Yes, so Eze sets up Sarr in the 8th minute. Really, really good, positive early goal. Set piece goal from Wharton player Richards, who looked really emotional when he scored, actually. And you're thinking, great, sunny day at the Etihad. The boys from Croydon have turned up. Not only are they 2-0 up, like I said, they should be a couple more up, and they're having a lovely time. Until this happens. Yeah. So this happens here. Kamada fouls outside the box in the 31st minute. And at this point, you're thinking, how is this still only 2-0 to Palace? And that foul changed everything. Because that let Kevin De Bruyne only scores a free kick. Great free kick. And that's in the 33rd minute, yeah. And you're thinking, God, how, only an inspired Kevin De Bruyne with an incredible free kick goal like that can pull out this result in the fire. Because Man City are getting, literally, they had no clue. They had no clue of how to deal with what was going on to them. They were getting slapped up, bro. Real talk. And then Kevin De Bruyne is like, here we go. I'm just going to stick in a lovely free kick. Scores a goal, they're just suddenly in the game. And 3 minutes later, Marmoush, they've been slapped with a 1-2 Palace. Marmoush scores 3 minutes later, assisted by Gundogan. And by the way, City fans have been very frustrated with Ilkay Gundogan of late. He'll almost certainly be gone as well in the summer, I imagine. But he assists Marmoush. Of course, Marmoush is the future for Man City as well, because he's been in scintillating form for both Frankfurt and Man City. I mean, what a baller. Super direct, like really, really, really direct. He feels more of like a Liverpool player, or at least a Jurgen Klopp Liverpool player than Man City. But, Guardiola absolutely changes and adapts all the time, doesn't he? So they go in, they go in 2-2, and you're thinking, how the hell did that happen? Man City, and to be honest, it's the kind of like half-time where Palace are like, thank God for that, because Man City tails up, and you wonder how is that going to translate to the second half? Because halftime has come at a good time for Palace. Can they sort themselves out? Because they've shown they can do bits against Man City on the counter. Yeah, they've demonstrated that, right? And Kovacic in the 47th minute. So literally, the beginning of the second half, Man City go ahead. Their momentum's continued. They're ahead in the tie. The sun is shining. They're at home. Ollie Glasner, it's full time now, 5-2. Ollie Glasner, the Crystal Palace manager, looks bereft and frustrated. And they just moonwalk to a victory here. With after Kovacic scoring the goal to make them go ahead, Ederson getting his 4th assist of the season, plays in the ball for James McAtee, runs in behind. I think he takes around the keeper, tucks it away, does a lovely little backflip celebration. The youngster, the academy lad, and Nico Riley gets also the 5th with a deflection toward near the end. So 5 goals for Man City, a well-deserved win. Guardiola back in 4th place above the likes of Chelsea and Newcastle. And it's 2 things. 1, naughty Crystal Palace, because you had this in your palms and you absolutely let Man City get inspired. 2, Kevin De Bruyne, magnificent. Just to confirm now it's full time, he did get player of the match for Manchester City. He's not necessarily doing we know Salah and Van Dijk are staying at Liverpool, but say Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's leaving on a title win, which is a nice way to bow out of any, club that you've been at for a while. Maybe they'll win the FA Cup, they're favourites to do, because they're going to play this team, Crystal Palace. Is that right? Anyway, they'll probably win the FA Cup, and then he'll get to win with a trophy, Kevin De Bruyne. But inspired, still shows he can do it. He obviously does get the odd injury. He does look gassed sometimes. He's in his 30s. I get it. He's got when he's doing stuff like this, whether it's Saudi, whether it's MLS, they'll look at that and go, yes, please. Come and have a big contract and earn loads of money over here. And Ederson with the assist. Yeah, with the assist. More goal involvements. Yeah, in the Premier League this season than Rasmus Højlund, the Manchester United centre forward. That is insane. With less appearances. Ederson, I'm going to say it again. Ederson, the Man City goalkeeper, with less appearances, has more Premier League goal involvements than the Manchester United first choice centre forward. Like, will that ever happen again? No is the answer to that. Manchester United's striker in mid-April will have, like, starting striker with most apps will have less Premier League goal involvements than the Man City goalkeeper. This will never happen again. I almost need Martin Tyler to come out of nowhere going, I swear you'll never see anything like this ever again. So breathe it in. Anyway, look, from a Chelsea fan's perspective, F Man City, I hate you, but at the same time, a great deal of respect towards Kevin De Bruyne and, you know, the level of ability of that team. You know, they gave their fans good. You've got to be. Obviously, we're not playing City, but I'm still almost trying to feel magnanimous in a defeat of sort, a temporary defeats of sorts. Of course, it's up in the air. You know, Chelsea can beat Ipswich, Newcastle can definitely beat Man United, and who knows how they're all going to land. But Man City, they've shown they can be frail. They're not this machine. They're not this absolutely, completely insane machine that they used to be when they just win and look impenetrable. And yeah, I mean, it's on Palace for screwing up and not capitalising off insane momentum and chances early doors. And it's on Kevin De Bruyne for inspiring and a magnificent comeback for those ruddy citizens. One thing's for sure, it's absolutely box office and prime Barclays. And if you are interested in my reactions and commentary to all the big footballing stories here on YouTube, man, then why not subscribe? Hit the bell notifications icon, and I'll thank you as always for liking and commenting. I hope to see you back here soon. Take care of yourselves. Peace.